Greetings to all of my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video might be seen and shared. Celine Driver coming to you once again with probably one of the most special Zelos unboxings and reviews I've ever done. Now, obviously, I'm a huge fan of Zelos. Hell, my fellow watch buddies on various locations have nicknamed me Mr. Zelos because of my Zelos enthusiasm. I don't really deserve the title Mr. Zelos, but it seems to be sticking, so I'll go with it. Now, I want to preface this with going over a few things with respect to Zelos watches and my love of trying to collect the rare ones, the ones that there weren't that many made of them. So I hope you'll indulge me for a moment. If you don't want to, you can skip ahead a few minutes. It won't upset me. Anyway, I have a huge love of Zelos in general. I own one example of almost every lineup that they produced. There are some exceptions. But I have a special love of collecting the low production Zelos watches. For example, my Swordfish Timascus with the meteorite face. Only 30 of these were made, and I picked one up right when they were released. I was very fortunate to grab one. It's beautiful. I love the attention to detail. I love the Timascus effect. I always have. So one of 30, I was very lucky to grab one of these. I have a pair of very hard to find, very rare ZX models. The ZX7 Timascus and the ZX8 Blackbird. So named because the dial is made from the metal of a real SR-71 Blackbird reconnaissance aircraft. Only 40 of each of these were made, and I was very lucky to get a hold of one of each. And after the fact, also, I didn't get these on release day. But, part of the fun of watch collecting is the chase. I love collecting one-of-ones. I have several. I have the only Skyraider 2 titanium with the Cerakote ceramic coating. The only one to be released. This was supposed to be a low production number watch. I got a hold of the prototype, if you will, and loved it so much I bought it from Elshin. But these haven't been released as of late April 2000, early May 2022, and I don't know if they ever will be. But I have the only one in existence as of this date, and I've had it for over a year now. And I love the one-of-ones which were never produced, like this ZX prototype, the one with the day and date function, which was never released in the ZX lineup, and the ZX Spitfire, bought literally off of Elshin's wrist. ZX Spitfire is so called because the dial is made from the metal of a Supermarine Spitfire from the Royal Air Force in World War II. Now, he's since gone and made Spitfire editions of a couple of other watch lines. I have one of those in the Starfighter, but this was the first one, and it was his personal watch, Elshin, and I begged him for months to buy it from him, and he finally relented. So I have a great love of rare ZXs, rare Zelos, I should say. And I just picked up from a fellow Zelosian, Patrick Studley. I believe was the original owner of this watch. If that's not true, Patrick, if you're watching this, correct me in the comments section. But this watch, like some of the others here, I mean, the ZX prototype and the Spitfire and the Skyraider were never on the website. Well, neither was this watch. This watch, inside this humble, standard, nothing fancy Zelos box, and you can see it's the old school, one of the old school boxes, sits a legend. And I don't use that word lightly. This is a legendary watch. There are only 5 of these in existence. I have number 5. Elshin has number 1. I don't know where 2, 3, and 4 are. I don't know who owns them. If they are watching this video and they wish to speak up in the comments. Let yourself be known. But this watch never appeared on the Zelos website, but it is a known watch. It is one of only 5. The only other Zelos watch that was produced in that low number that I'm aware of is the Thallium or Tantalum? That heavy metal one. It was a swordfish. The name escapes me. Only 5 of those were made. And they sold out in literally seconds. This one didn't even make it to the website. There are only 5 of these. This watch is even rarer than the original Mirage, the one that there were only 10 of, the Tourbillons. This watch is one of the rarest Zelos watches ever produced. It was almost, you could say, a stealth production. Now in here, I have the Zelos card. See, it was originally sold in September of 2019. It's number 5 of 5. Have nothing in it. It's a pouch, really. It's just the pouch the watch came originally. It has an unused Horween leather strap with spring bars. Extra links in the buckle are in here, but here is a watch I have chased for 2 years. This, my friends, is the legendary, and I don't use that word lightly, the legendary Zelos ZX Skeleton. Number 5 of 5. There are only 5 in existence. This is one. Elshin has one. I tried to buy it from him, and he absolutely wouldn't sell it to me. The 3 others, I don't know where they are. They're out there somewhere. But this is the ultimate ZX, in my opinion. Now, I own literally one of every ZX watch, from ZX1 to ZX8, this guy, plus the prototype, one of only 2, plus the Spitfire. So I have 11 ZXs. I think I'm the only guy crazy enough to buy one of every ZX made. If somebody else has done that, God bless you. You're as crazy as I am. But as far as I know, I'm the only person dumb enough to do that. But this is the coveted 4-dial, 4-sub-dial, fully skeletonized ZX Skelly. Is beautiful. It is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. I have chased this watch for years. You can see it's fully skeletonized, fully decorated, has a custom rotor. Now, this is basically like any other automatic ZX. I mean, it has the same movement as any automatic ZX. It's the same case. It's the same titanium case. It's the same titanium bracelet. It's the same clasp. It's the older style ratcheting clasp. I think it's titanium. Yeah, it's titanium. And it's basically a ZX. I mean, there's nothing different between this and this. You see the case size is the same, the bracelet's the same, the clasp is the same, everything is the same. The difference is the dial and the decoration. Now, you have a chronograph second hand, and I'll get the chronograph going here. The blue hand there, the big one, is the chronograph second hand. You have the constant second hand here. You have chronograph. Oh, God, I can't read it. Hang on, let me grab my loop. Yeah, okay, sorry. You have chronograph chronograph minutes up here. Chronograph hours down here at the 6 o'clock. You have the two pushers, big beefy pushers, nice positive chronograph action, start and stop real easy. Screw down, conical shaped crown. The crown is meant to mimic the exhaust port of an SR-71 Blackbird. It has that conical shape. And keep an eye on the running seconds here. You can hack the movement by pulling it out twice. Now, the main difference between this one and this one, the ZX8, is this one does have a date function. The 3 o'clock subdial is a date subdial. I think you can see that. Focus. Yes, you can. You see the minute hand up there moved, and you can stop it, reset. It's a flyback reset. Resets perfectly. Screw down the crown. You get your water resistance back. Everything works on this watch. It is flawless. Got a few scratches on the back of the clasp because it's been worn. It's obviously a used watch. That doesn't bother me. Give you that wrist shot that you love so much. Fits beautifully on my 7¼ inch wrist. Obviously, it has those stubby lugs. That is the hallmark of the ZX case. I think the ZX was an underappreciated line in the Zelos lineup. Everyone is talking about the swordfish, which are beautiful, and the hammerheads and the Makos. I think the ZX, unfortunately, kind of got hidden in all that. And I think they are spectacular watches, and there aren't a lot of them out there. Even the ones that were produced in big numbers were really hard to come by. And you can even get them in a Mecha Quartz version, which was really nice. I have a few of the Mecha Quartz versions. They are dead on accurate, and they just run and run and run. You can see the escapement running there. Escapement. That's not the right word. You can see the heartbeat of the watch, certainly. Was this watch worth it? Absolutely. This watch was absolutely worth the chase. It was not cheap to buy. I'm never going to tell anyone what I paid for this watch. It was not cheap, but it was so worth it. As a Zelos enthusiast and as a ZX enthusiast, this watch was absolutely worth every cent that I paid for it. And it was Patrick really took care of this watch. The whole kit was wonderfully preserved and taken care of. He was an absolute pleasure to deal with. He gave me a fair price, considering the scarcity and the rarity of this watch. I don't recall any ZX Skeletons coming up for sale before this one did. I think one did, Maybe my memory is good on that. Maybe it isn't. But it really was worth the chase. It really was worth the payment. I was very happy about it. Anyway, I do have my sheet of facts here, so I can tell you about the watch. It's not much to tell that you already don't know from watching any of my other ZX videos. But this is the ZX Skeleton from Zelos. Only 5 ever made. This is the 5th one. It uses the Valjoux 7750, the skeleton version, of course. And it has the added date wheel at the 3 o'clock position. That was not something normally found on the Valjoux 7750. This was added on. It is a 43 millimeter case. It is 16 millimeter thick. 49 millimeter on the lug to lug, or tip to tip, if you will, with a 22 millimeter lug spacing. It is a 100-meter water-resistant watch, even though it does not have a dive bezel. It is, I'd say, a snorkeling watch, a swimmable watch to be sure. I don't know that I want to go diving very deep in it. I wouldn't want to keep it underwater very long, but I think, certainly with the crown screwed down, and they have pretty good seals on the pushers, the 100-meter water resistance means that this watch will hold up to most activities. It is a titanium case and bracelet. Did have the optional whole ring leather. Not a big fan of brown leather straps, so I'm not going to use that, but it's part of the kit, so I'll keep it there. And 2 sapphire crystals, top and bottom. The top one, to my eye, looks flat. Some people have argued that these crystals have a slight dome in the center. I can't really see it, but then again, my eyeballs aren't what they used to be. So, loomed, signed crown, of course. Good loom on all the indices and the hands and the chronograph tip. So it would be a good nighttime watch as well. Just look at that movement. I mean, it's not a highly decorated movement. The Valjoux 7750 is not one of the pretty movements out there. But it's certainly it's certainly very entertaining to look at in a skeletonized case. I'm very happy with it. So this ends the video for me. This has been a very special video for me. This is an emotional purchase for me. This was a purchase that when the opportunity presented itself, I really didn't have to think very hard on it. I think I chewed on it for a day, and then I said, yes, I'll buy it. And Patrick gave me the time I needed to move some funds around and gather up my forces, and sent me the watch after I paid him, of course. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this video with me. I hope you enjoyed the journey with me. I'm sorry about the long intro. I just wanted to set the table, so you can understand my motivation for buying such a watch. I am strongly motivated to buy rare Zelos watches when I can. There are a couple I'm still chasing right now. Damascus Hammerhead version, first generation Hammerhead, would be a very nice addition to my collection if I could ever find one. But I'll be persistent. One day one will present itself to me. But for now, I'm going to wrap up my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it to be entertaining and informative and useful. Certainly entertaining anyway. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. Heck, give me a thumbs up even if you didn't. That does help with the YouTube search algorithms. So please click that thumbs up button early and often. Comments, questions, suggestions down below. I do read them all. I do respond to them all. However, if you are going to troll me or you're going to leave bad links to bad places on the internet, I'm simply going to delete the comment and block the commenter. If you're new to the channel, of course, welcome. I'm glad you found me. Glad you found the channel. Please feel free to watch as many videos as you'd like. All I ask in return is that you click that red subscribe button down underneath the viewing window. Don't forget to click the bell icon too, so that when I upload new material or I do a live stream, you will be alerted to these things and you can partake. Meanwhile, as I always say at the end of my videos, it is a crazy world out there. It is not getting any less crazy. Trust me. So I ask all of you to be careful out there. Stay safe. Stay well. I'll see you soon.